Hello, everyone. My name is Webweaver, and partially new setup. Who's this? So, I have been, for the last couple of days, a little bit busy, and then today, this was a self-imposed busy day. I got my camera equipment in, and so I set it up, and I probably need to move the camera arm, because the problem is that I'm having a difficult time getting it to mount to the correct place where it will get a good angle. That's Halloween. This is random, gamers. But I did do like a mini test setup where I like set everything up and I hooked everything up. I don't have the cables yet for the camera, so I just used like the camera's preview mode to check this out, not OBS's preview mode. But I physically set everything up, and honestly, it doesn't look that bad. It's gonna look a lot better. And this was without proper lighting. It looks decent enough, but when I get proper lighting, which might be a bit of an endeavor because I don't know how to get proper lighting, but I'm just saying, with shitty lighting, it looked kind of good. I think it's, I tried to play Ayaka last time and I failed miserably, so we're gonna try that. We're gonna play Ayaka though. Class of 1980X. But I will admit, I'm very tired. I had a friend come over today as well when I was redoing my setup, and absolute champion that he is, built a chair for me. And I'm sitting on that chair right now. It's a very nice chair. Wow. What is, Oh, I just saw something glowing in the distance, and it was distracting me, and then I realized that it's actually my phone's flashlight, because I was using my phone's flashlight propped up against something so that I could see what I was doing, because I had to, I moved my computer, and so I was redoing the wiring, and I'm gonna probably have to redo more of the wiring, because I don't know if I ever gave this update before, but I kind of fell out of doing Blender stuff because when I moved, I think it was when I moved, I lost the power supply for my tablet, and so I just recently reordered a new power supply, and that just came in as well, so I've got my tablet set up again. I'm really excited to get back into doing Blender stuff, because here's the thing. It was tragic. I was the hero struck down before I was able to, like, go on my fantasy epic adventure and, like, reclaim... we're on Ayaka. We can kind of use whatever weapon we want, so give me the monument. And then we just kind of take the shop for items and then get, like, I don't know, literally anything. And then we keep the history club because the history club's the history club, of course. But I was struck down before my prime, before I could even go on my hero's journey. I was in the middle of learning how to sculpt ears and faces, not hair though. I don't like how people do hair. And so I either want to figure out my own way to do hair that I actually enjoy doing, or I want to figure out how to learn the way that people do hair. And just kind of get over myself, because I really didn't like how people did hair. I was really annoyed by how people did hair. But I ordered my power supply in, and I got it today. And I've got my tablet set up again. I'm really excited, because, like, here's the thing. I followed the donut tutorial. I made a pretty decent-looking donut, if I do say so myself. And then I started trying to learn how to sculpt ears, which, by the way, ears are hard. Because even though they are just, like, kind of like 3 triangles and some basic geometric shapes, the problem is, and this is something that drives me crazy, is that ears are more unique than your fingerprint. So you kind of need to be able to do, like, a wide variety of ears, because that just makes sense, no model should have the same ear as another model. Now, here's the thing, theoretically speaking, how many models are you going to make that have ears? I don't know, brother, but listen, sister, I just want to know how to sculpt the human body, because that seems to be, like, something that'll be very helpful if you want to make 3D models. Like, here's the thing, okay? Here's a very important thing. Oh, I didn't get the money, did I? That's okay. Because what we'll do is we'll get cursed, because we're Ayaka, baby, and we'll get, like, I don't know, flashbacks. And then, like, instantly die, yeah? Honestly, I think we could get rid of, I mean, maybe we just keep all these things, I'm not entirely sure. First weapon that I see, none of these are weapons. First weapon that I see, this is a weapon. When's the last time we used a steak knife? You ever think about that? You ever think about the last time we used a steak knife? But here's the thing, right? I do not care about, like, doing hyper realistic or even, like, realistic sculpts to an extent. I want to try it, but the reason why you study anatomy, and this goes, by the way, if you want to be a 2D artist as well, but I just want to sculpt. I don't want to do 2D art. That shit's too big brain for me. I picked up a pen once and I tried to draw a smiley face, and I ended up with 7 broken bones and face planting onto the floor. It's a not my forte. 3D Blender art so far is a lot easier for me. But here's the thing, right? The reason why you wanna study anatomy and you want to actually practice anatomy is that, let's say that you want to make something that is unrealistic. You want to make something that is cartoony. Well, here's the thing, right? If you make something that is cartoony and it looks like, whether or not it looks good with your unrealistic proportions is entirely dependent on if you understand fundamentally how a body works or how a body would physically function, you know? Like, it's not the soul-defining feature. That was our first enemy, by the way, which sucks, but it's not the soul-defining feature, but your unrealistic art, your exaggerated art, is going to look a lot better if that exaggeration, if that unrealistic aspect is, like, not necessarily like it's grounded in, I know what this part of the body is and it is adequately modeled. It's just exaggerated because it's my cartoon style, you know? If you want to, like, here's the thing. I don't think that there is necessarily a wrong way to do art, because it's art, you know? You can do whatever the hell you want, and there's no wrong way to do it. But if you want to try to make something that is technically impressive, well, you need to have some understanding of, if it's like if it's black and white, you need to have some understanding of, like, grayscale, that sort of thing. But if you want something, like, if you're doing, like, a fully colored illustration, then you need to have an understanding of color theory, even if you want to break the rules a little bit. But in order to break the rules, you gotta know what they are, you know what I mean? Same thing with anatomy. If you want to do, like, an exaggerated, super, like, not real body, right? Like, something that would never happen in real life, something that could never happen in real life, you still need to have, like, an understanding of what it is that you're trying to exaggerate, or what you're trying to change to fit your vision, you know? So it helps a lot. Like, if you can sculpt a realistic looking face in Blender, then you can sculpt a really good cartoon face in Blender. You just gotta let your imagination carry you at that point. You know what I'm saying? Where do we want to go here? I don't know. I think we can go Household Hell. But, like, basically what I'm just trying to say is, like, whatever style of illustration or whatever style of, like, 3D model you're going for, whatever you're trying to sculpt, whatever you're trying to illustrate, you need to have an understanding of how these things work, and it will help you break all of the rules so that you can do your own thing with them. It will make, it will genuinely make things a lot easier for you. I kind of want to get rid of this flashbacks because it's driving me a little bit crazy. Because, like, what if we just instantly die, you know? But what if we go to the History Club and get Eldritch Possession on the first try? I'm not entirely sure. But, like you feel, you know where I'm coming from, right? So it's like, even if... I kind of want the Kendo Helmet more than the Stalker Mask. Because it's like, the Stalker Mask, we can just throw that at the enemy. The Kendo Helmet has, basically way more use. More stamina enemies than exclusively human enemies, but... I think, like, I'm probably not saying it very well because I'm very, very sleep-deprived and tired. But, like, essentially the idea is that you want to... Do we want to go here twice? It is doomed for a little bonus EXP. Yeah, well, a little bonus EXP. We already got, like, the worst event possible, so... Might as well get some of that back. Now, the problem here is, what do you want to do with this? And I'm going to be honest with you, Chief. I think we're going to rest. We're going to rest only once, because I don't want to overcap stamina, but... might legitimately be a problem. I would have rested twice if this area was high threat level. We want to take something that does stamina damage. If we have a choice between sanity and stamina, we gotta take stamina. Now, sometimes we're not gonna have a choice, and it is what it is, right? Now, can we get... I mean, it's not Eldritch Parasite, but we'll take it. Now, we want to get out of here ASAP. We want to get out of here ASAP, gamers. We want to leave. Vacate the mansion. Vacate the premises. Also, I don't know if this video will be out on time, but, you know, I'm recording it. Listen, I wanted to take a little bit of a nap earlier. That's, what can I say? And then I woke up from my nap, and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta redo the wires on my computer. And then, ooh. Instant kill? You'll love to see it. Was that our... No, that couldn't have been our second enemy, right? Certainly not. You hold on to your... Yeah, whole written thing. And then... animated head. That's kind of nuts. Well, I mean, we got lucky. That's kind of what you want to see in an Ayaka run, is you want to... That's kind of exactly what you want to see on an Ayaka run. Whoa. Sorry, I'm just trying my new chair out. And it has a footrest, and apparently it makes a scary noise. But there we go. There we go. That's much better. That's much better. But, actually, I think I'm supposed to be able to, like... kind of a sus footrest, not gonna lie. But I think we're doing all right here, both in real life and the game, because this is my previous chair was not very good for your back, and this chair is very good for your back. It's very nice for your back. It does make a lot of clicks and a lot of clacks, though, you know. Akamanto it doesn't really matter when we do Akamanto at all. It doesn't really matter when we do Wordless Ward either, because we're just gonna win, you know? I think we're gonna do Wordless Ward just to get it out of the way. Do I want to get rid of Branded? I think I do, because, like, Branded kind of sucks. And we've already suffered through the worst parts of Survivor's Guilt, so... I think we're relatively alright with that. Now, we want to get an Eldritch Possession ASAP. Would I take a Doom Effigy over a random stat? Probably not, actually. Like, it depends how many vital clues we get here, but... Sorry, I looked over to see my draw pad set up again, my drawing tablet set up again. And here's the thing, I don't use it for drawing because 2D art is like 100% too big brain for me. I don't get it at all. But I 100% use that shit for Blender, and I'm very excited to get back in. And oh my god, I just realized something. I have an NVIDIA GPU now, so Blender will actually run. Oh my god! Oh my god! This is the setup. This is the setup. You absolutely love to see it. Excuse me, what the flip? You know, you can't reason with ghosts. You cannot, you actually lose reason and stamina in the presence of ghosts. They're very, very dangerous. And our knowledge is very bad. Oh my god, when is the last time we've seen this Ayaka event? Oh my god. Oh, coughing blood! Coughing blood! Oh my god! The fact that you get coughing blood from that and you can get flashbacks randomly, that's like the Ayaka 1-2 death combo. Holy shit. Like, that's just designed to kill you. Like, they beat you to death with hammers with that one. That's why she's coughing up blood. Oh my god. Can you believe that shit? We might die here. We have an opportunity. Do we have an opportunity to rest after this? I don't know. I think this place is safe. Also, we're, like, never coming back, so... Okay, good. We're just going into the boss fight. Which... I mean, honestly, like, yeah, we would be doing +1 damage to you. Crazy. You just want to do, like, an 85-85? Works for me. Alright, listen. Just because it works for you doesn't mean that it actually, like, does anything or helps any of us out. Or, like, you know... I'm tempted to kind of reroll here because I literally want any Ayaka perk, but... I did say, would I take Doom Effigy over... Here's the thing, if we reroll perks, we need to take Doom Effigy, even if Eldritch Parasite shows up, so... Eldritch Possession... So we're probably gonna do it this way, I think. Now, I guess we just take Dexterity, and then we take Sanity. Like, Eldritch Possession solves, like, all of our problems. And we're gonna have a lot more problems if Eldritch Possession does not show up at some point. I think we go Abnormal Arms, because we're trying to get Eldritch Possession before, something bad happens. I mean, I really don't want, like, I don't want Branded, but I also don't want Flashbacks, because that's directly affecting our combat, you know? But I'm more worried about our Doom, I guess. Yeah, I guess I'm just really excited. I guess I'm just really happy. Because, I mean, I remember when I originally did this, this build, you know, I was very sad that Blender didn't work properly. And now I'm not gonna have to deal with any of that shit because I just have an NVIDIA GPU now. And I've got my power cable again. Oh my god. We're entering a new goddamn era. Because I was getting the itch to go back into the Blender mines. I was thinking about, like, there's a bunch of stuff that I want to actually, like, make, you know? And you can't make things if you don't, like, try. But I'll be honest with you. I'll be 100% honest with you. I need a pen for Blender. I really do. I've tried to use Blender with a mouse. Like, here's the thing. I followed the donut tutorial for Blender, and I used a combination of the mouse and the tablet, right? And I would use the mouse for very specific things, and I would use the tablet and the pen for most other things. But the mouse was like a tool that I did use occasionally. Now, you can do Blender with a mouse, okay? I don't want to discourage anyone from trying. If, like, you don't have a tablet and you want to try Blender, you can. It's just that for me, personally, I get the tools that I like, and then that is, like, what I use, and then I can't adapt to anything else because I will not survive the winter, you know? Does that make sense? I mean, we gotta take the Doom here. As much as I hate to say it, we gotta take the Doom here. And we don't care if this is a boss fight. Like, I literally don't care. Actually, I care a little bit. I care, like, a tiny amount. Just a bit. But you're dead next turn, we take 3 damage. I'm not even gonna bother Desperation. It's not worth it. You know, did I do the math there? Could we have killed a turn early? Maybe, I don't know. Okay, Eldritch Possession is like, you gotta start there. Like, Eldritch Possession is a necessity. We are not at 8 strength and 8 knowledge, which is crazy. Now, Akamanto is gonna be a little bit... Akamanto's gonna be a little bit difficult. Now, do we have... There's no point in getting rid of Survivor's Guilt. I can get rid of... I actually don't know if getting rid of flashbacks kind of kicks our ass here. So I guess we just, like, take the 9 dexterity and feel pretty good about that. So, if we live to Akamanto, we probably win. Because what we can do, which is very shrimple, is we can wear the Akamanto mask and go down 10 Doom and then feel amazing about ourselves and each other. But Doomed School, low health, and time skip is a constant threat. A little bit worrying. Also, I just got a DM from Plunger, and he changed his profile picture to, I don't know what that is. He wants me to get over here. Give me, like, 10 mins. Because I gotta finish this run, brother. I guess feet Plunger Head. We do a little making an excuse. That's fine. Actually, it's really not fine. Because we're kind of in hell. I gotta rest. I gotta rest. I gotta rest. I'm scared. I gotta rest. Like, this is a winnable run. But, like, oh my god. This is a winnable run, but it's like so many things could go wrong. And I'm so scared. I mean, you gotta rest again. And then I think you gotta go to the monument and give whatever they want. And then you can rest again. And then you hope that the monument takes your sanity. And I think you just kind of roll with it. I'm not happy about this. That's fine. Like, Akamanto's not gonna live to see the winter, you know? He's weaker than I am. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, brother. You're just dead. I'm not even doing the math. Do I have to do the math? Oh my god, 16 damage or 17 damage? What would I choose? What would I possibly choose, gamers? You gotta do something like that. And we're wearing the Crestfallen Mask immediately. That is not, that is non-negotiable. Right, so, we're good, because I'm pretty sure that was just animated head. And then we're good, because he'll evaporate into ash the moment we walk next to him. Charisma, we're good. Dexterity, we're good. We're good. Now, do we have anything that can kill us? Do we have Innsmouth Look? Do we have... we do have Innsmouth Look. Okay. So we're gonna rest a few times. Just so that Innsmouth Look can hopefully, yeah, it was just animated head, right? That's crazy! Like, we fought one thing, ran away, and then when we got the best ability in the game, that is when we... the best combat ability in the game, that is when we started to, whatchamacallit. That's when we started to fight things. Like, that's the ideal. That's the ideal in Ayaka. You cannot complain about that, brother. You cannot complain about that, sister. But I'm just very happy. I'm just very happy. We've got a setup, and yeah, this World of Horror episode is gonna be late probably. But yeah, no, I'm ecstatic. I've gotten the itch to go back into the Blender Mines. I now have a camera with an arm mounted whatchamacallit. I just need to get the cables, and I bought the cables from Amazon, so presumably they'll be here within the 5 nanoseconds of me pressing the order button. Oh, no, 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 no. They'll be here, though. They'll be here. But yeah, no, I think it's exciting. We got some exciting things on the horizon. And like the community post said, we'll be starting the one of the member games in September. I apologize for the, delay. But things have been a little slower than I would have liked, but they're not gone, they're not forgotten, and they most certainly are not, whatchamacallit, being written off, I'm very excited for the future of the channel, so thanks for watching, stay safe out there, I'll see you on the next episode, whatever you decide to watch next, and I've been getting the Knight's Try itch as well. I played it a little bit for fun, so we will definitely be going to that, back to that at some point as well. And also, I have a couple of games that I want to play for the channel, at least like once or twice. Now that No Straight Roads is done. But, I'm trying not to get too ambitious. We got things going on. And you're going to hopefully see the payoff for some of those things soon. But, yeah, no, I think that's just kind of trying to lock in and do more stuff. Take care. Bye.